Hello students, welcome back to your economics class. I am Miss Jenny Shah and today we are going to do the last chapter of economics, globalization and the Indian economy. In the recent past, India has been encouraging inflow of foreign investment. So in this particular chapter, we are going to understand the basic concepts like globalization, liberalization, privatization, MNC, and trade barriers. We will know the meaning and the reasons of the growth of MNCs. We will learn to appreciate the merits and the reasons of setting up of MNC in India. At the end, we will know about the new economic policy and the new economic reforms. We will also differentiate between foreign trade and foreign investment. At the end of the chapter, we will know about the concept, components, and the effects of globalization. We will also understand the concept of WTO, the concept, the features, the objective, and the advantages and the disadvantages of the World Trade Organization. We will analyze the merits and demerits of globalization and appreciate the significance of WTO. In the recent past, India is now seeing lots of inflow from foreign investment, particularly since 1991. 1991 is when the globalization and liberalization were adopted in our economic policies. Our attitude towards foreign capital has now become positive. Several MNCs have entered the Indian markets. Hindustan Lever, Procter and Gamble, Johnson and Johnson, Philips, Colgate, etc. These are some examples. Because of which globalization, more goods and services are available in India, which has increased the choice of the Indian consumers. Globalization has enabled the Indian consumer to use the latest products manufactured by leading companies of the world. Look at this feast. I think it's good to start your day with the breakfast, right? So look at this feast of food. Can you tell me which of this food is not available in India today? Can you name or can you point out any of these foods which are not available in India today? Not only food. What about the clothes that we wear? Do you think we are wearing the clothes that is in our tradition? And the language that we are speaking, is it of Indian origin? Let's think of more areas like education, employment, production, culture. Today, globalization has impacted each and every area, each and every phase of our life. Globalization is the process of rapid integration or interconnection between countries. Economic globalization is the process of rapid integration or interconnection of investment, production, distribution, employment, and trade among the countries of the world. I repeat, economic globalization. This is the process of rapid integration or interconnection of investment, production, distribution, employment, and trade amongst the countries of the world. So, consumers in today's world We have such a wide choice of goods and services before us. We have the latest model of digital cameras, mobile phones, televisions, which are made by the leading manufacturers of the world, and these are all within our reach. Every season, there are new models of automobiles which can be seen on the Indian roads. Gone are the days when Ambassador and Fiat were the only cars available on the Indian roads. Today, Indians are buying cars produced by nearly all the top companies in the world. A similar explosion of brands can now be seen for so many other goods, from clothes to television to fruits to food. Everywhere we are able to see such a wide range of choices uh, in our markets, which is a relatively recent phenomena. You would not have found such variety of goods in Indian markets even 2 decades back. So just in a matter of years, our markets are now transformed. So that is the impact of globalization on the Indian economy. Few important terms that we will learn in this chapter. Some important terms that we will come across in this chapter. Number one is a multinational company or multinational corporation. The company or corporation which have their business in more than one country are called a multinational corporation or MNC. Some examples are Pepsi, Nike, Apple, Microsoft, etc. Investment. Investment is the money that is used to assemble the factors of production. If you remember the factors of production, land, labor, capital, and human capital. So the money that is required to assemble the factors of production, such as land, building, machinery, are all called investment. Foreign investment is the investment made in a country by a multinational company originated from some other country is called foreign investment. So when investment is made in a company through an MNC, and where the MNC is not from that particular country, it becomes a foreign investment. Foreign trade, the trade or buying and selling activities amongst the different countries are called foreign trade. There are two types, which is export and import. Export is selling of goods or services to any foreign country, and import is buying of the goods or services from the rest of the world. Now, I just told you about the transformation that has happened in our markets over just a few years, just a matter of years. How do we understand this transformation? And what are the factors that are bringing about these changes? And how these changes will affect the lives of the people? These are the questions that we will dwell upon in this chapter. Now, now until the middle of the 20th century, production was largely organized within the country. So, what crossed the boundaries of these countries were, how did the boundaries get crossed were raw materials, food stuff, and finished products. Colonies such as India exported raw materials and foodstuff and imported the finished goods. Okay, and trade was the main channel that used to connect distant countries. Now, this was before large companies called MNC started to emerge on the scene. So, in the mid 20th century, production was largely organized within the country itself, and raw material, foodstuff, and finished products were exchanged. Trade was the main channel to connect, and MNCs emerged later. Okay, MNCs are the company that own or control production in more than one nation. So, how did the interconnection? What were the ways of interconnection? Number one was spreading production across countries. That means a production cycle would take part in all countries, maybe different stages. Interlinking production by setting up production centers in different countries. Okay, joint production of MNC with domestic companies, and free trade among the countries. So, how can you? So, what do you think helped in getting production across the countries? So, for example, let's take Nokia Mobile. Let's say the technology for the mobile is developed in USA, that's America, but the headquarters is in Finland, and everything is controlled from Finland. The hardware that is used for the mobile is made in China, and the software is made by Microsoft in India and in USA. And all this together is assembled in India and China. So this is how uh, interconnection of production works. That is this is interlinking production by setting up production centers in different countries and spreading the production across countries. So while one is making technology, one is making hardware, one is controlling the process, one is making the software, and all of it is assembled somewhere else. Okay. What is the benefit of spreading the production? Why would you want to spread the production across countries? Number one, quality and cheap labor. Number two, low cost of production. Number three, we have a wider market because we have markets in so all these countries. We have better quality of material, and final production is near the market. These are just a few benefits of spreading the production. Now, what is a multinational company? A multinational company is a company that owns or controls production in more than one nation. Some MNCs today are Apple, which was started by Steve Jobs and his friends in 1976, American MNC. Then you have Coca-Cola, which was established in 1886 by Asa Briggs Candler. There is Thumbs Up, Fanta, Mazda, other beverages which have been bought out by Coca-Cola. Then you have Nestle. It's a Switzerland-based food company that was introduced in India in 1912, and some of its selling products that we all use most of their time is Nestle milk, uh, chocolates like Kit Kat, Milky Bar, Bar One, etc. So, what does multinational corporations or companies do? They set up offices and factories for production in regions where they can get cheap labor and other resources. So, this helps in making their profits greater and the cost of production lower. So, when an MNC comes, it will go to remote places and start setting up their factories and offices there because they will get large space at a cheaper price. The goods and services now are produced globally in these areas, and the result equals to production is organized in increasingly complex ways. Now, production is divided in further smaller parts across the globe, to gain advantage for their closeness to the markets of every country, and it can be easily produced there. So MNC will set up or control production in other countries. In which ways? An MNC is a company that owns or controls the production in more than one nation. That means they either own the production in two or three nations, or they are controlling the production in two or three nations. Okay, where is an MNC set up? Number one, it is set up close to the market. Number two, it is set up where there are skilled and unskilled labor available at low cost. Number three, availability of other factors of production is also assured. Number four, the government policies should be in favor of the MNC. Now, after the MNC is set up, is the MNC can be set up jointly, that is in partnership with some local company, or with the government. These MNCs, they buy the local companies for supplies, and then they sell these items under their own brand names to the customers. They closely compete with the local company. For example, an MNC can provide money for additional investment, like buying new machines for faster production. Cargill Food, a very large American MNC, bought smaller Indian companies such as Parak Food, and then it would sell the products made by Parak Food in its own name. Okay, so this is how the production is set up across multiple countries. This was MNC. With this, I end today's class. Children, stay home, stay safe, take care. Learn, start reading this chapter. We have completed up till page number 57 today. Okay, so tomorrow we will move further from this. For homework, on page number 57, there's a blue box. Let's work this out. The brand tag says made in Thailand, but they are not Thai products. We dissect the manufacturing process and look for the best solution at each step. We are doing it globally. In making garments, the company may get cotton fiber from Korea, etc. So I want you to follow the statements to show how the production process in the garment industry is spread across the countries. Do this in your textbook itself. With this, children, I end today's class. Stay home, stay safe, take care, keep learning. Thank you.